Listen, my people, you guys have seen me 6 times thus far, so I'm not gonna do a very long intro today. If you want to support the channel, of course, hit that like button, subscribe button, and notification bell. Share this video. Also, I haven't been mentioning this, but I do have a Sleep Token playlist. If you want to check out all my reactions in one spot for Sleep Token, check it out. Link to the end of this video as an ending card. And without further ado, any reaction requests, let me know down in those comments below. Without further ado, let's get into this reaction, my people. Dolly. Kind of like whimsical intro, interesting.
When you plucked me from the grotto, sound like a supermodel.
Hold up. So in my last reaction, I knew that Arcadia was somewhere in Greece, but I didn't know if it was like a temple or a mountain. So I'm assuming if the song's like order like actually means something, I'm assuming Arcadia must be like a grotto somewhere in Greece, versus like a mountain or a temple. But he was plucked from the grotto too. Interesting way to start off the song with that lyric. What does that mean? We're gonna find out.
When you plucked me from the grotto, sound like a supermodel. When I would wake in staccato, no lightning in a bottle, just one eye on the target and 2 bricks on the throttle. I know now that even if I am frozen, timeless as a ghost in my nightmares of the ocean.
Interesting.
Precipice I'm approaching. Well, you will empty the darkness. You will keep me in motion. I know
now. Okay, wow. So I sort of feel like Vessel being plucked from the grotto, right? If you're a like a plant, some type of plant, right? You're being plucked, right? You're leaving everything that you have behind. You're being pulled away by somebody else, right? You're being taken from your home, which sort of like can lead towards like depression. So Vessel maybe was taken from like his comfort space, right? I'm not sure if that's an appropriate interpretation of what we just heard, but it sounds like, you know, where he was in life or who he was in life was pulled away, right? And who he is now isn't who he could have been if he remained in that grotto, per se. That makes sense. And in these songs, he keeps mentioning somebody, right? Uh, Before it was the girl that, you know, essentially he was in love with, wasn't really in love with him, right? I believe that was what song was that? That was the first song we listened to, Gethsemane. And then in Past Self, he was speaking about himself. And Provider, that one's so questionable. I'm not really sure. But look to Windward, he was definitely speaking about himself there, and even in Arcadia, right? In this one, I feel as though like he's reaching out to somebody, but I don't know who that person is. So that in order to receive some type of like salvation, but he's not saying who that person is. Is he saying, are we supposed to come to the conclusion that he wants who he was to rescue him from who he is today, his past, you know, his past self, like, because that person keeps coming up, right? His who he was before music in some form or fashion, and or is he referring to the fans in this situation? Is he referring to the girl that that not really got away, but wasn't really, you know, with him for who he was? So many questions, man. Every song I just have so many freaking questions, and Vessel does not give us the answer. Sometimes he answers some of the questions, but it's in a vague way, where like you can sort of interpret these lyrics in so many different ways. And I think that's the beauty of Sleep Token, because like the songs that Vessel like releases, like the lyrics are not just for him. They're meant to also, in my opinion, of course, it's just my opinion, are meant to apply to your life in some form or fashion. So if he gets too like into the like nitty gritty, the meaning then sort of removes itself, right, from how can it relate to your life and solely applies to his life. Because like if you listen to his music, like the fans are part of his life. So I think he not only wants us like to listen to his pain, but also work through our own trauma while listening to his music, if that makes sense.
Infinite balance washing over me.
Did he just say infinite baths, like washing over? Like, did I just hear that correctly? I've never heard like that kind of lyric in a song before. He did.
Infinite balance washing over me at last. Feel the method in my madness. Feel the glory in my wrath.
Interesting.
Infinite balance bursting colors when you love. I have fought so long to be here. I am never going back.
Very, very interesting chorus that we have here today. I've never heard these lyrics like in a song before, so I'm a little taken aback by it. Like not in a bad way. It's just like I never thought I'd be singing along with somebody saying "infinite baths like washed over me." But we keep getting this like motif of like Vessel's self, right? His either his past self or his current self, but the self. Um, Either like dying, like past self dying, and being reborn as this new person. So I'm assuming these infinite baths that's washing over him, because like he finds like color and sort of wrath and order. I believe he's some of those lines, right? He said, washing over him is somewhat of like a maybe like a baptism. So like he's finally, because like we was it I think it was self, no, it was look to windward. I have a very hard time saying that song title. One of his selves was eclipsing the other one, and I'm assuming who he is today. So that person has is no longer with Vessel, that mask that he's wearing, right? That other version of himself, right? He's being reborn. Like when you get reborn, when you're birthed, like you get baptized. So he's getting baptized in these infinite baths. So like essentially like that person, that mask, we don't know if it's yet, at least, but we can come to the conclusion that we can assume, I should say, that this new Vessel sort of won over who he was in the past, and like through his death, he's reborn. Now he's getting baptized, washing away who he was, essentially. Like I don't want to say his sins, because like he didn't really commit any sins, but like when you get baptized, you're washing away sins, at least in the Catholic faith, of course, or Christian faith, depending upon if you're Christian or Catholic, because they're different, or like Baptist. Like there's many different religions that have like baptisms. I should say. And I don't want to offend anybody by leaving them out. So if I missed out your faith, my apologies. So those are just three that came to the top of my mind. But again, though, who is a person that's like giving him this baptism? Is it like, has Vessel like found religion? Maybe that's why he's talking about like infinite baths and equating that to like finding faith. Is God saving him, or a God? I'm not sure what he's into. Um, or is it like like a lover? Is it the fans? Like, who is saving Vessel? Who's giving him this baptism? Is it everything? Like, again, so many questions, my people. Let me know down in the comments below. Like what are your thoughts?
Even if I'm on my own, well, the silence is deafening. I could be stuck here alone. Well, even my future is threatening. Something is lifting the bones. Something is dancing in a revelry. Wider than oceans below. Taller than titans and box springs. The waters are warm. Where they used to run freezing, where they used to be storms. My horizon is fleeting. I'm so tired inside. I could sleep through a landslide, but I'm finally here, and I'm not leaving this time.
Hold up. Before we get into this sort of rock switch up, I'm finally here and I'm not leaving. Again, who is the I? Is I Vessel or is I sort of Faith? Because like at first I thought the song was about him finding love again, essentially. But I feel as though it could also be about him finding faith. Um, and I'm a little perplexed today. This one is perplexing me because like these his Vessel songs in a sense are always somewhat perplexing, but this one especially today because it's just the things and motifs are referring to other elements, other lyrics in the songs that we've listened to today, as well as previous weeks like Caramel and whatnot. And I I can't seem to come to a conclusion and like lock it in regards to like what he's singing about today because it could literally mean one of them. It could mean all of them. I just don't know. But if we were to take that lyric literally, like I'm finally here, to, like, to stay. Essentially, um, going back to Windward. What was I always forget the name of this song. I always like to like look at it. Look to Windward. Start off by saying in that song, like, I thought he was like speaking about like unaliving himself, but it turns out he was speaking about unaliving an aspect or his past self. And I think he's either saying that that this new person that he is finally here and cemented. We spoke about like rebirth and sort of being reborn in the beginning of this reaction. But I think he's finally realizing that like who he is here to stay, and it's not going anywhere. If we were to take that lyric literally, but metaphorically, it could also mean like he's found something bigger than him, and that's here to stay, which could be faith. Might not be religion, but it could be faith. I've been running since I've got here. Running from himself, running from who he is today, and accepting that. What could that mean, my people? Or is it none of the above? That's the question. But what is the answer? I'm telling people that I keep. Come on, Vessel. Bro, he really is riding out his mids, man. Oh, my God. I need a shower, man. I feel like I'm in mud right now. This is so dirty. Oh my God. Oh. Woo. What band is doing this, my people? Outside of like Ginger, Spirit Box, and there's a few Emergence. We're getting we got a whole like minute and 23 seconds of just filth, straight up filth, my people. Oh Lord, man. Oh my God. 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 My memory just ran out on my external hard drive, and it couldn't handle the epicness of Sleep Token. I had to delete some videos in order to record this outro, which is crazy. Oh my goodness, man. Listen, Infinite Bash from Sleep Token, insane. If you forgot what kind of band Sleep Token was, them being like a rock band, because I know they do a lot of genres, you know, metal band, like you were just reminded, man. And I love the way the song was mixed. I found it to be quite interesting because it sort of reminds me of how like Spirit Box like mixes their music, where the vocals are behind the instrumental in the mix. Because normally if you like listen to Ginger, it's reverse. So I found it to be a quite interesting choice there, because sort of muted out Vessel's harsh vocals. Not that you couldn't hear them, but you definitely heard the instrumental in the forefront of the mix versus like the actual vocals, which again, normally when you have like a metal band, it's reverse. Outside like Spirit Box, it's the only other band where I've heard them like make that conscious choice before, because they treat Courtney's voice as an instrument in Spirit Box, and I'm assuming Vessel did the same thing with his voice here, treated as an instrument versus like it being outside of the instrumentalization. But yeah, my people, we have one more song up in the queue, which is Dangerous. Hopefully I have enough memory for the song on this hard drive, but I'll figure that out, and I'll see you there, my people. Thank you for watching. Peace.